Okay, what we're going to do today is show you how we worm our rabbit for tapeworms. We have a Californian rabbit here, meat rabbit. Her name is Cinderella. She weighs 7 pounds. That's 3.2 kilograms. And the wormer we chose was Panicure. So the Panicure comes in different forms, and it comes in a rabbit form, a paste, but we didn't choose that because it's very weak. So we chose Panicure for goats, and we did that because it's a stronger and cheaper way to go. It's a 10% solution, so we are dosing her at 3.2 kilograms with 1.1 ml. And the reason we're doing that is because we're splitting the difference between all the information we found on the internet that goes anywhere from 0.6 ml to 1.5 ml as per the Panicure site. The 0.6 ml was a rabbit breeder. Okay, now it's very difficult to get it in her mouth. This is the third consecutive day, but I'm going to try and put it in. You got to put it in her mouth and squeeze it in slowly. Don't just, squirt it in there, because you might get it in her throat. But bear with me here, because she does not like this. She doesn't like anything in her mouth. It's amazing. Most of the rabbit videos on YouTube, the rabbits just suck up the medicine, no problem. But she does not like anything in her mouth or near her mouth. It's very hard to even get my finger in her mouth. Okay, so when you have a situation like this and they're very, very restless, they can scratch you up really good. So what you want to do is wrap them up so you don't hurt them. And then you've got more of just the head sticking out. Let's try this. This might work a little bit better. But see, she's still very adverse to me putting this in her mouth. Oh! Yep, there's a little bite. Okay. Now that's okay, I put a little water in there after that to wash out what was in there. You see it's dripping, and that's what happens. Sometimes you don't get it all in, and that's why I went with 1.1 ml, figuring I wasn't going to get it all in. But anyway, there we go. This is Cinderella, a nice 7-pound Californian meat rabbit. Really a nice rabbit. They're nice rabbits to have as pets too. Okay, we did Cinderella. This is her third day, third dose. We're going to go get Max, her brother. And because he lives under her, he got worms too. I have 4 cages, one on top of each other, and the 2 on top don't have worms. Now, the way I found out they were tapeworms is they're like a piece of rice, white, about 1/4 inch long, and they are on each, about each one in 25 to 50 fecal balls. So that's how we determined it was tapeworm. Okay, we'll go get Max and we'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, we're back. This is Max, Cinderella's brother. He weighs 7 pounds too, so that's 3.2 kilos. Same dose, 1.1 ml. This is the third day in a row. Max, in the past 2 days, was not as easy to treat as Cinderella. So we're going to see, we're going to wrap Max up right away because he doesn't like anything in his mouth either. So we're going to try and wrap him up and see how it goes. I wanted to get you a shot of the worms on the poo, but I checked and there isn't any. So after 2 days, there isn't any worms to speak of. I don't know if that's because it's so cold out there and they're just freezing up and I can't see them, or that the worm will really work that fast. I don't know. I was expecting to see more worms. Okay, let me wrap Max up. Now we'll get Max wrapped up here a little bit. Okay, now let's see how Max does. Max is supposed to set an example for his little sister. Well, they're both the same age, but wouldn't you think so? Okay, let's see how Max does. Max? Max? You want to have a little something in your mouth? No? Oh, you want to hide your mouth, huh? Come on, Max. You got it. You have to take your medicine. You want to get sick because of the worms? Come on, Max. It's hard to get it in there. I can't even tell if I'm in or not. Okay. You can tell he doesn't like it. And that was a little water wash to get the medicine. Now that went better than yesterday, but still some of it came out, and he rejected it again. But you can see he's fine, and they're not, after 2 days of worming, they're not showing any signs of being depressed or lethargic or anything like that, or that's what I read. Sometimes when you worm them, you can see signs that they're not as active, and sometimes they don't eat right. I also have valbazin, which is another dewormer that I used on our starlings. We have 2 starlings, and one coughed up a big roundworm. And we wanted to try and use that, but we couldn't find any information until recently about it. And so I emailed the person back on one of the forums, or Meat Rabbit forums, or I forget which one it was, Backyard Animals or something like that. And they said you can, but I didn't get any specifics about it. Anyway, I already bought this, so I'm going to stick with the Panicure because I found more information about it. So if your rabbit has, and your meat rabbit has little white rice-like worms on the poo, it just may be tapeworm. I did a lot of research, and that's what I found out. And you can see that with Safeguard for goats, it's a 10% solution, and it works at an adjusted dose. So you can see Max is quite happy animal. And what you want to do, don't want to forget this, is feed them right after you worm them. It says feed them first, but it's easier to get something in their mouth if they're not full. So even with these guys, it's hard, but feed them right after you worm them. Okay, thanks a lot, and good luck with your rabbits if you have them. God bless.